Hello everyone and welcome to my channel called Demon Storytime. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, for supporting, for subscribing, for your likes, comments, for your donations. All information for donation you can find down below in comments. Today we continue reading book Grimm's Fairy Tales. And our story will be The Singing Soaring Lark. Once there was a man who was about to set out on a long journey. While saying goodbye to his 3 daughters, he asked what gifts they would like him to bring them. The eldest wished for pearls. The second wished for diamonds. But the third said, "Dear father, I should like a singing, soaring lark." He kissed all 3 and set out. However, when the time came for him to return, he was very sad. He had brought pearls and diamonds, but he had not been able to find a singing, soaring lark. The man was riding through a forest on his way home when he suddenly noticed a singing, soaring lark on a tree top. Delighted, he went to try and catch it, but a lion leaped out and roared, "I will eat whoever tries to steal my singing, soaring lark." "Forgive me," begged the trembling man. The lion said, "I will let you live if you swear to give me the first thing that comes to meet you when you get back to your home. If you promise me that, I will give you my lark into the bargain." Here is the giant lion. And the poor man. The man was very frightened, but he had no choice. He promised the lion what he wanted. When the man reached home, he was horrified to see his youngest daughter running up to him. She threw her arms around him, and when she saw that he had a singing, soaring lark, she was beside herself with joy. The father, however, began to weep and explained his terrible promise. Fortunately, his daughter was very brave as well as beautiful, and the next morning she headed down the road to the lion's castle. Little did the girl knew that the lion was not really a lion at all. He was an enchanted prince. Wow, very smart girl. He was only a lion by day. At night he changed back to his human form. When the girl arrived, the lion welcomed her gently and warmly, making her most fond of him. And at night, when the lion turned into a handsome prince, she fell in love with him. They were soon married and lived happily together, staying awake at night and sleeping during the daytime. The only thing the girl still found strange was that there were no candles in the castle. There were only flaming torches for light. One night the prince told his wife, "Tomorrow your eldest sister is getting married. Would you like to go?" "Oh, yes," she replied, her eyes shining. "I would love to, and you must come too." The lion sadly explained that it was too dangerous for him. As part of the enchantment, if candlelight fell on him, he would be changed into a dove for 7 years. Oh, come with me, she begged. I will protect you from all candlelight. When the girl arrived at her father's house, there was great joy, for everyone believed that she had been torn to pieces by the lion. But she explained to them how handsome her husband truly was, and how well off they were, and the lion was welcomed just as she was. The wedding took place, and when night was falling and candles were about to be lit for the feast, the girl showed her husband to a stone chamber, so strong and thick that no light could pierce it. However, she did not notice that the door was made of wood, and it had a tiny chink in it. As soon as the first candle was lit, a tiny ray of candlelight passed through and fell on the prince. When the feast was over and every candle was put out, the girl went to see her husband by torchlight. To her horror, she found only a white dove, which said to her, "Alas, now I must fly over the world for even years," and flew out of the door. The girl hurried to follow. For years she traveled, never taking her eyes off the dove or resting, but on the very last day of the 7 years, the dove flew so high and fast that it disappeared. "Have you seen the dove?" the girl called desperately to the sun, and the sun replied, "The white dove has flown to the Red Sea, where it has become a lion again, for the 7 years are over, but it is fighting there with the dragon, who is really an enchanted prince. Go and find the lion." Oh my god, what did I say? There's princess running after the dog. Then count the reeds by the sea, cut off the elephant and strike the dragon with it. The lion will win the fight, and both he and the dragon will turn back to their human form. Then you and your husband can spring onto a griffin who will be standing nearby. He will fly you over the sea back home. And the sun gave the girl a casket to take with her. "Open this if you think you need to," he said. So the brave girl journeyed to the Red Sea. She counted the reeds, cut off the elephant, and struck the dragon with it. It immediately became weaker, so that the lion overcame it, and both beasts turned back into the prince and princess they really were. But before the girl could run to her husband and hug him, the wicked princess sprang onto the griffin's back, seized the prince's arm, and flew off with him. Broken hearted, the girl traveled for many more months down long, hard roads, until at last she came to the castle where the wicked princess lived. Then she opened the casket that the sun had given her, and discovered within it a dress that sparkled and glittered like sunbeams. She put it on and knocked at the gate. When Everyone saw her. They stared in astonishment. Even the wicked princess. I am soon to be married, she told the girl, and I must have that dress to wear for my wedding. What will you sell it for? Then the girl answered boldly, not for money. I will only sell it for a night in the room where your husband to be sleeps. The wicked princess longed so much for the amazing dress that she agreed. What? That night the girl was shown to a bedroom where her husband lay in a deep magical sleep. I followed you for 7 years, she whispered to him. I asked the sun where you were. I helped you defeat a dragon. Please wake up and tell me you haven't forgotten me. The sound of his wife's voice broke into his enchanted dreams, and the prince woke up. Yoo-hoo! Now I'm really released, he cried with joy, hugging and kissing her. They both crept out of the castle while everyone was asleep, found the griffin, and flew off back home, where they finally lived happily ever after. Finally! Thank you so much, everyone, and see you next time. Bye!